Attorney Melchor will talk about uh, the current state of our Philippine Constitution. Just give a few statements, Attorney Melchor.
This is from the December 21 article of All Insights, no? Wherein Attorney Vitangcol discussed about the original Philippine Constitution of 1899. It is 121 years old starting 2 days from now. 121 years old. It is a dormant volcano. It can erupt anytime. Why? Because it is alive. It never died. It was never repealed. We have two constitutions alive now, the 1899 and the 1987. That's the topic of my guesting here.
Okay, and of course, Attorney Jude Sabio, the lawyer who filed a criminal complaint against President Rodrigo Duterte before the International Criminal Court. But recently, in the news, it was said that he already withdrew the complaint. So let's hear directly from him. Attorney Jude, opening statement, Attorney Jude.
Good morning to everyone. Good morning to my panelists here, Attorney Vitangcol, Attorney Magdamo, Attorney Gadon, Congressman Attorney Nograles, and the other panelist, Attorney Garcia, Diego Gaston. Just this morning, Attorney Gadon and I were guests in the show of Mr. Isguera, ANC. And together with him, Attorney Gadon, I confirmed my withdrawal of my communication with the ICC. That is the topic for which I am being present right here in this program. Thank you.
Okay, so Attorney Atty, we will talk to you later. Good morning, Congressman Fidel Nograles from Rizal. Okay, so opening statement, sir.
Good morning to our partners in the media, to Attorney Vitangcol, Mr. Charlie Manalo, Attorney Gadon, Attorney Jude Sabio, Attorney Melchor, and Attorney Diego. Last week I was in the Middle East, particularly in Abu Dhabi and Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. And I had a chance to organize an OFW consultation where I engaged more than 200 OFWs in the Middle East. I asked them about their thoughts on the deployment ban, on the rising tension between the United States and Iran. And I also gave them my insights on what's happening on the Middle East. So today I'm going to discuss the results of that OFW consultation and the status of the deployment ban.
Thank you, Diego.
Good morning. Good morning, our friends in media. I am not a lawyer. I am an editor of the Manila Bulletin. But I have a son who passed the bar 3 years ago and is now in the legal profession. So we welcome the new year with plenty of political issues on hand, and we are happy that Congressman Nograles is here to talk about the deployment ban so wide, no? And the situation of our OFWs in the Middle East, considering the unrest or the threats of war between the US and Iran. And also I'm interested to know about, this is something new, no? that our old constitution is still in effect, or it was not countermanded by the new one, and that's a historical fact that was looked into. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, Attorney Larry.
Yes, I am appearing now as an assisting counsel for Attorney Jude Sabio, and I got interested in his story of withdrawing the case filed against President Duterte for so-called or alleged violation of human rights, because this is just a political propaganda. We found out that this is a political propaganda, and this is also connected to the story of Picoy, Peter Advincula, on his totoong narco list video series, and also connected to the incident of kidnapping and illegal detention by ex-Senator Trillanes and Father Alejo and other personalities of the Liberal Party, and that this is connected as part of the grand design to destroy the image of President Duterte. And that is why I am interested in the statement of Attorney Jude Sabio.
Alright, so Attorney Sabio, ikaw ang nasa hot seat ngayon. So, let's go back to the antecedents, no, of this particular incident. So, when did you file the criminal complaint against President Rodrigo Duterte?
I filed that communication on April 24, 2017. I personally went to the International Criminal Court in The Hague, Netherlands.
Okay, and you personally went to the International Criminal Court in Netherlands. So, who financed your travel there?
At the time, I was in active collaboration with Senator Trillanes and his group, the Magdamo, and they paid for my hotel and my airplane ticket round trip. And Senator Trillanes gave me 30,000 as pocket money. That's all.
And who prepared the complaint? Is it you or somebody else?
I prepared the complaint personally.
Okay.
I made that communication based on my personal assessment of the evidence and based on the law.
Okay. And at that time, in your personal opinion, is there a violation of the human rights here in the Philippines related to the extrajudicial killings alleged EJK perpetuated by the present administration?
At that time, it was my well-considered view and opinion that there was a prima facie case for alleged crimes against humanity. That is based on the assessment of the evidence, especially the testimony of Edgar Matubato and Arturo Las Cañas. In my theory in that communication, it was my proposition that there was already a system of death squad killings in Davao, which was continued when President Duterte became president, and that is based on the story of Edgar Matubato and Arturo Las Cañas at the time.
And so at that time, you were really convinced that there were violations. So, what made the big turnaround? What made you decide to withdraw your complaint?
We all know what happened in sometime in April 2019 when the Bitcoin scandal erupted. That began my trajectory against that communication. And it was compounded by the fact later on when Senator Trillanes actually recruited me to be a lawyer for Bitcoin. And I was surprised when he said in his Senate privilege speech on May 27, 2019 that Bicoy did not pass his vetting. That to me was dishonesty and deception. Because if Bicoy did not pass vetting as belatedly claimed by him, then he should not have recruited me as a lawyer for that person or for those so-called totoong not released videos. Because as a lawyer, he should have told me when he tried to recruit me as lawyer for Bicoy that Bicoy did not pass his vetting. But truth to tell, we never discussed Bicoy. Because when he tried to recruit me as lawyer for Bicoy, it turns out when they began to question my license as a lawyer, when they asked me if my license as a lawyer is still valid because of that MCLA deficiency that I had, which resulted into an arrest warrant against me. That turned the situation sour between me and Senator Trillanes. And when my warrant of arrest was lifted, that was when they began to recruit me as lawyer for Bicoy.
Who questioned your NCLE deficiencies?
Senator Trillanes, to his staff, asked me if my license as a lawyer is updated. And we know as lawyers, Panero, that our license is lifetime. We do not renew our license like a driver's license. Our MCLE is just a matter of compliance. We comply with the MCLE. Even if we are deficient or delayed in compliance, our license as lawyers, our license as a lawyer is still existing and valid. We know that. Now that was an insult to me. For Senator Trillanes to recruit me as a lawyer and then to ask me if my license is still valid, that is to me an insult to my profession. He should not have asked me about my MCLE license in the first place. That is why when we met at the Novotel Hotel in Cubao, Quezon City, we never discussed anymore about Bicoy. Our discussion centered on the fact that he questioned the validity of my license as a lawyer.
Okay. Anyway, for the information of the public, Attorney Sabio is correct in saying that once you're a lawyer, you'll always be a lawyer. However, the MCLE requirement or the mandatory continuing legal education requirement is needed for the lawyer to continue his practice. Without updating the MCLE, a lawyer cannot sign a pleading, a lawyer cannot file anything, a lawyer cannot act on behalf of his client, and a lawyer cannot appear in court. Okay? So, it has to be updated. Anyway, I'm a little bit confused, Attorney Lavi, kasi you were taken as the lawyer of Bicoy or Mr. Vitangcol, right? So, what is the relationship with Senator Trillanes getting the services of Attorney Sabio to become the lawyer of Bicoy?
Well, in the case of Peter Atingkula, it turned out that this series of videos were produced under the direction also of ex-Senator Trillanes. And that is why I got so interested in the statement of Atty. Jude Sabio that he wants to withdraw the ICC case. And his reason was that what made him turn around is when he was recruited by Senator Trillanes to act as lawyer for Bicoy. And then he found out that all of these are just for political propaganda purposes. And so, may connection na, no? So sabi ko, sige, let's talk. No? And while he is not included in the case of inciting to sedition, Attorney Jude Sabio was implicated in the kidnapping and illegal detention case filed by the CIDG on the basis of the affidavit of Wilhelmina Barrido. And in that case, he was implicated. Attorney Jude Sabio was implicated. But I asked him, did you really participate in that incident? And then he told me that he has nothing to do with it, and that he is confident that his name will be exonerated in that case when the resolution will come up. So sabi ko, wala nang problema kung mag-uusap tayo.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Larry. Attorney Jude, I was reading this letter that you sent to the ICC. No? What is the involvement of Secretary Laila de Lima? Kasi from the very beginning, you were talking about Senator Trillanes. But then I saw that you mentioned the name of Senator Laila de Lima. So what is her involvement in all of this?
Way back in October 2016, Senator De Lima was instrumental in the filing of the Magdamo complaint in the Ombudsman on December 9, 2016. I personally submitted that complaint with the Ombudsman upon the direction directly by Senator De Lima. And when I in April, when I went to the ICC, Senator De Lima was already under detention. So I had no opportunity to talk to her or to coordinate with her. At that time, it was only Senator Trillanes that I was able to coordinate and to talk to. But all this time, because of the involvement of Senator Trillanes De Lima with Bato, she is also involved in the ICC case.
Okay, so in fewer words, Senator Laila de Lima is a person who cannot be trusted. Attorney Jude.
In addition to her, sila lahat, they cannot be trusted. The way they handled me, if you read my withdrawal from the ICC, you will find the indication that these people only want to use me, to exploit me in their political agenda.
Okay. I have a trivia for that. There was a time that the NBI made a report exonerating me from the alleged extortion charges made by then Czech Republic Ambassador to the Philippines, Mr. Atty. Okay? In this report, clearly stated that there is no evidence or there is no proof that I was involved in the said extortion act. However, Secretary Laila de Lima at the time of the Department of Justice blocked the report. And then she said, President Aquino was to approve the report and they kept the report. Okay? That would have exonerated me and that would have saved me from 5 years of trial. But then recently, that case was dismissed by the Ombudsman, by the Sandigan Bayan, even though the NBI report was not presented. So that's the character of this Senator Laila de Lima. Anyway, let's go back to you, Congressman Fidel. What is the general perception of the OFWs relative to the conflict in the Middle East now, involving Iran and the United States?
The deployment ban covering Kuwait should be enforced until the Kuwaiti government shows that it is serious about enforcing the provisions of our MOU with them. Since the signing of the MOU with Kuwait in May 2018, the number of sexual abuse, maltreatment, and contract violations in Kuwait has so far declined from 6,381 in 2018 to the 1,683 cases recorded by the Philippine government from January to November in 2019. So the steps we have taken have helped improve the situation. But more than 1,000 cases since the MOU was signed indicates indifference on the part of the Kuwait employers, which means that the Kuwaiti government has not been doing enough to compel its citizens to treat their Filipino workers decently.
Kung Fidel, that MOU, no? It's been there for years, but do you think that it has to be revised, amended, or is it already enough to cover and protect our workers there?
Some provisions of the MOU were not followed, such as the need to have unemployment, a template contract that would allow Filipinos to keep their passports and cell phones, and that these should not be confiscated. So, although this was included in the MOU, this is not being followed by the Kuwait employers.
So in other words, the MOU is sufficient, but its implementation is not that good, and it lacks a full implementation of the provisions.
Yes, the MOU is not being enforced to the letter by the Kuwaiti government. So there is a need to be faithful to the text or the mandate enshrined in the MOU.
So would you be of the opinion that we should employ or put into effect a total ban of our employees on Kuwait?
The total deployment ban should be in effect until first there is sufficient investigation and prosecution of the perpetrators of the suspects in Jeneline Villaverde case, and secondly, until there is full implementation of the MOU.
Okay, thanks so much. We'll go back to you. Let's take to the other issues. Let me go to Attorney Mel. Attorney Mel, can you tell us something about the planned celebration on the anniversary of our original constitution as planned by your group?
Were it not for the volcano, there would just be a simple ceremony in Parasuwing, which is the venue of the inauguration of the 1899 Constitution. But I'm still waiting for updates because of this new developments. But anyway, maybe just to explain what is Parasuwing, the church. It's just a venue. The Constitution is nationwide, it applies nationwide. And it just so happens that 121 years ago, the first choice on where to inaugurate was Parasuwing, to inaugurate the first Filipino Constitution, which, by the way, was never repealed. It was never repealed by the 1935, by the 1943, 1973, 1986, and 1987 Constitution. Why are we talking about this now? Is it because of what happened in Russia? Wherein remember just a few days ago, everybody in Russia, they resigned because of to correct everything. Yeah. But even before the events in Russia took place, we were already looking into this. And why is this serious? Why bother about something that is 121 years old? The reason why is because if something happens, let's say for example, no, if the best friend of Atty. Jude Sabio here, Senator Trillanes would do something foul to President Duterte, for example, who's challenging the oligarchs, and if some bullet of the CIA or some drone will strike our president and knock him off before year 2022. Under the 1987 Constitution, the successor is Leni Robredo. But when that happens, there is another successor under the 1899 Constitution. And it doesn't have to be Leni Robredo, it could be anyone else who would qualify under the original Constitution. That's the reason why it is that serious. You don't have to even consider that Bill of Laxon filing about the designated heir, because we have two constitutions now. And there's a big question on what happens if, for example, health or assassination would abruptly shorten the term of the incumbent president. That's the reason why we are looking into this seriously, because it poses constitutional crisis.
Okay, so let me confirm, Atty. Mel, no? The 1899 Constitution is still existing. Okay? It was never repealed by the 1935 Constitution.
Yes, it was never repealed.
It was never repealed by the 1973 Constitution.
Never.
It was never repealed by the 1987 Constitution.
Yes.
So all the other constitutions are there, but the original one subsists.
The original one subsists.
Okay, so in other words, if it has not been expressly repealed by the newer constitutions, so the old constitution should be binding. It should be binding.
Yes, it is our own constitution without foreign imposition. It was done by Filipinos, written with the blood of Filipinos.
Okay. Would you know of some provisions in the original constitution that is different from the newer constitutions?
Yes. It is parliamentary form of government. It is federal, although others would say it's not federal. But if you look at the word popular assembly there, popular assembly in the 1899 Constitution refers to federal entities existing during the time of Aguinaldo. It was referring to the Republic of Negros, to the Republic of Santa Barbara del Iulo, to the Canton of Bohol, and then there's also one in Davao, there's one in Palawan before, known as Paragos before. It is parliamentary federal. It fits the vision of President Duterte for a French-type executive in the European type of parliamentary. That's why if he will just recognize this, our own Constitution of 1899, he doesn't have to deal with the Senate anymore. The Senate keeps on sabotaging the moves for charter change. But at the same time, we don't have to swallow the House version of charter change wherein the term, there's no prohibition against political dynasties. It's only, no? The one in the House version of federalism, they can stay there forever. In the 1899 Constitution, it is 4 years. There are term limits.
Okay, so what is your next legal move so that the original constitution can be restored?
One is to tell the president, hey, we have a constitution here. He has this constitution. If he uses it to his benefit, he can create an entirely new government using the constitution. He doesn't have to deal with the existing Senate. If the existing Senate will keep on sabotaging him, he can just cite this new constitution. He will appoint Jude Sabio, he will appoint Gadon, he will appoint Atty. Vitangcol to his new government, and Nograles and Cagahastian, he will appoint everybody here. He has a free hand to set up an entirely new government without doing any violence. He will just do what Putin did last week. What did Putin do? He just Putin talked to everyone in the government, and everyone resigned in the government to give way to a new constitution. Here, I call this anchor, ancestral honor recognition. What President Duterte will just do, he will just honor our ancestors. Recognize the honor of our ancestors. Our Constitution is well written. The 1899 is a well written Constitution. Even if you read the human rights provision, it's even better than the 1987 provision. It is Europe. It is actually French, not Spanish. Although the language used is Spanish.
Okay, so Atty, any reaction?
Atty. Mel, among our heroes, I don't like Apolinario Mabini so much, but when I happened to read his position during the Constitutional Convention of that 1899 Constitution, I changed my mind. Because Apolinario Mabini was one of those who vehemently opposed a provision in that Constitution saying that the state recognizes the Catholic Church or the Catholic religion as the state religion of the Philippines. And I don't know if Mabini won in his position against that provision. But then I have always respected and praised all our provisions about the separation of the church and the state in all the subsequent constitutions.
Just a short answer.
Yes, Apollinario Mabini walked in his stand about separation in church and state. In fact, it is Article 5 of the 1899 Constitution. Although in the transitory provisions, there is a provision there about the sudden joblessness of the priest and to give a little assistance while they have to find a new source of income.
Okay, thank you, Kajagor. Thank you, Atty. Mel. Let me go back to your classmate, Atty. Jude. Atty. Jude, when you filed the complaint, it was done personally. No? You went to the Netherlands, went to the ICC, and then filed it there. Now, this letter that you would be sending, no? Why don't you file this personally? Why send it over the mail? Okay, can you comment on that, Atty. Jude?
I am set to go personally to The Hague to submit that withdrawal. It will be done very soon. I will be traveling together with Atty. Gadon, and you will be media will know about it later on.
Okay, and then maybe the next question is, in your previous trip, it was financed by the group of Senator Trillanes. So in your next trip now, no, in the filing of the withdrawal, who will be financing that? Oh, okay. So that's the answer.
You know, when I went to the ICC, it was rumored that I was paid 100 million for that submission. It turned out, last year, I think it was in September, October, that I was not even paid 700,000 more or less for my work for Edgar Matubato in his cases in Davao. Now, that 700,000 billing was made by me, not because I wanted it, but because I was told by Father Alejo, who is the political operator of Senator Trillanes, Senator Dilipa, and the LP-led opposition, that I make a billing for the cases of Matubato in Davao. I made that billing for 3 days, and that billing covered my professional work for Edgar Matubato's cases for the period from October to November 15, 2016. And it is very unfortunate that in January 2017, I was told by Father Alejo that, Attorney, wala namang usapan sa bayan. What kind of billing is that? Is it that deception? Is it that dishonesty? Is it that fraud? When I met Senator Trillanes in April 2019, to be exact, April 29, I told him about that and he said, that's ligla, dishonesty, deception. I never was paid any centavo for my submission with the ICC. I was never paid any centavo for my work for Arturo Las Cañas when I escorted him and his family to a foreign country of asylum. I was never paid a single centavo for my work for Edgar Matubato. So it is preposterous for even Teddy Boy Locsin to announce in radio that I was paid 100 million pesos and that he should be given a so-called balato. That is also true for my withdrawal. I will deny categorically any insinuation that I received any amount for this withdrawal. To tell you honestly, I am not for sale. Puro na lang pera. Pag meron tayong ginagawa na nakakagimbal, lagi na lang sinasabi, nagkakapera tayo, huwag naman ganyan, hindi naman tayo for sale. No? Wala na bang totoo ngayong tao na gagawa ng mga bagay-bagay na walang bayad? Kung pupunta man ako sa Hague at meron mga taong tutulong sa akin para sa plane ticket ko at para sa hotel, wala namang masama doon. At wala rin namang masama kung pumunta ako doon sa ICC way back in April 2017 at nagbayad sila ng hotel at plane tickets ko at binigyan ako ng 30,000 pesos na pocket money wala rin masama doon. Kasi kami mga abogado, pag pumunta kami sa hearing, meron kaming appearance fee, meron kaming professional fee. Pag binayaran ng hotel at plane ticket ko, pag pumunta ako ng Butuan, o pumunta ako ng Visayas, tama lang yun, walang masama doon. Pero pag sinabihan ako na binigyan ako ng 100 million, ay pag-usapan na yun. Kaya tina-challenge ko si Teliboy Locsin, bawiin niya yung sinasabi niya. Doon sa radyo, ininsulto niya ako eh. Sabi ni Atty. Gadon, tatawagan daw niya si Atty. Locsin na ngayon Foreign Affairs Secretary at sasabihin niya, bawiin yung sinabi niya sa radio.
Okay, so anyway, thank you so much, Atty. Jude. Prof. Fidel, my final question for you today. No? First batch of repatriated OFWs, no? They arrived in the Philippines, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. Okay, and more will be coming, and they are being assisted by the government. And in fact, the government sent Philippine Coast Guard ships, no, to assist them. So, what is your reaction to this?
So I shall take this opportunity to comment on the OFW evacuation and in particular the reintegration of our returning OFWs. Aside from the POEA and the OWA, the DOLE has also established the National Reintegration Center for OFWs or NCRO, whose operations may extend overseas but whose concerns are largely local. Reintegration is a scenario that arises not only in emergency evacuation situations, but in all other situations when OFWs return to the country after their overseas work. The NCRO is now a fully functioning office with core programs to assist returning OFWs to reintegrate themselves. Unfortunately, it is not yet seen as a major player in the OFW scene. In fact, it is not a major DOLE office at all. It is still an attached agency within the OWA, which has a broader OFW mandate, and it is not totally focused on reintegration. So the NCRO has developed from 2011 to 2019 a whole structure for startup and livelihood assistance, employment facilitation, but the extent of its actual reach, however, it remains to be seen. So, as a policymaker, I intend to pass a House bill that will strengthen and modernize the NCRO so that we can examine reintegration of OFWs who are repatriated or who are evacuated from conflict areas so we can enhance their reintegration into our society.
Okay, let me acknowledge our friend from gmanews Online, also abs-cbn, Sunshine Media Network Inc., Radyo Pilipinas 1, TV5, Radyo 5, Saksi Ngayon, Abante Tonight, DWIC, gmanews, and GMA7. So, maraming salamat po sa ating mga kaibigan na nandito ngayon. Hindi ko na babanggitin isa yung mga pangalan. Okay? So, yes, Kajego.
Hello. Tungkol sa evacuation ng OFWs, ano po, parang marami sila ron and the government will be using assets of the Philippine Navy to bring them home. And this elicited some criticisms from Senator Jaime Marcos. No? Ano po ang masasabi ni Congressman Nograles dito? And then, after this, another last question for Jude Sabio.
Criticisms, do we have any particular criticisms which we can address?
Because the concern of Senator Marcos is that other countries might misconstrue the use of Philippine Navy ships. No? She would like the transportation to be used our civilian vehicles or aircraft.
Last January 11, there was a mandatory repatriation because there was an alert level in Iran, Iraq, and nearby areas, and troops were sent to these areas. I think the message crafted by our special envoys and ambassadors should be more concrete, more specific, that there is a need to evacuate Filipinos in conflict areas.
Okay, final question, Captain.
Final question for Atty. Sabio. Senator Ping Lacson has filed a bill strengthening our perjury law because he cited Las Cañas and Matucato and Rosebud and other liars people whom he refers to as liars, who are lying during Senate and House congressional investigations. And he would like the punishment to be the same as the punishment for the crime alleged. Will you support such proposal?
I strongly and firmly support that proposal because we should value the oath of a person. I, for one, value my oath. I made my withdrawal under oath, and I value my oath. I stand by it. And I value my oath and stand by my oath as a lawyer, not only as a person. And I think it's high time that people who swear under oath should be punished for the alleged fact or incident that they swear to be true, when it turns out that what they swear to is a falsity. And this will ultimately deter persons of such mindset from making false and untrue statements.
Okay, Attorney Larry, you mentioned a while ago that you will be financing the trip of Attorney Jude Sabio to the Hague. So, can you comment on that?
Yes, so, kasi ganito yan na Atty. Ali. You remember the Land Cruiser bought by Atty. Sereno, which was later found out to have been illegally procured. And I was set to bid on that. I will write the Supreme Court to urge them to bid or to sell it on bidding. Anyway, no one is using it. So I was set to make a bid of 1 million pesos. And since na dumating itong issue ng withdrawal, naisip ko lang I might as well use the money for withdrawing the case. Anyway, this is good for the country because the people are now informed that this group of ex-Senator Trillanes and Senator De Lima and Father Alejo are really hell-bent on destroying the image of the President. I think this is a duty also of the citizen to defend the President and the Republic. And anyway naman, the bidding of the Land Cruiser can wait for another month.
Okay, so you'll be using your own personal money.
Yes, so matagal na tayo bugado mo ng 10 years. Pero naman tayo.
So, have you sold the Chevrolet Trailblazer?
I was selling because wala na akong maparadahan. Dahil sa dami ng sasakyan ko, kumakaw na sa garayan. I'm selling.
You will be using it for the trip.
Hindi naman.
Anyway, I will be bidding for that. Okay, so before we we allow our major partners to ask the questions, let me acknowledge the presence of some of our old-timers here. Not exactly old, no? Okay? Caligo Alcuas from Opinion. Okay? Direct Villa Samonte from the Manila Times. Mr. Ado Paginawan from Radio Pilipinas 1. Charlie na na. Kanina ko ba in-acknowledge yun? Kasama natin natin dito. So, Now, yeah, we will now entertain questions from the media. Anybody? Engine.
Morning, Attorney Sabio. May contact, sir. To sum your statement to the ICC, and in layman's term, you to say, nagamit kayo ng kabila para sila ang administrasyon. Is that how it goes, sir?
That realization did not happen until the Bicoy controversy erupted. When I began my work on the ICC, and also for Matubato and Las Cañas, I felt it was a genuine desire for justice, that I was working for my communication with the ICC. But when the Bicoy scandal erupted 3 years after, I began to realize, I began to question my belief in that case in the ICC. Why? Because it turned out the Bicoy videos were a hoax, fake. And I was being recruited to be a lawyer for something that is false, something that is a falsehood. That I cannot accept as a lawyer. And then I began to realize that there must be something wrong with this group. And I thought, I reflected about what happened to me for the past 3 years. I began to realize that I must have been used by them to destroy the president. And proof of that intent is the very fact that Senator Trillanes recruited me to be the lawyer for Bicoy. That is a conclusive proof that even if Bicoy is a falsehood, he tried to recruit me to represent something that is false. Panggagamit yun. Lingla yun. That's in my article, in the Mindanao Gold Star Daily, and again the Oro City, I described that to be deception and dishonesty, even to the highest level. Because imagine, I am a lawyer, I am bound by my oath to employ only fair and legitimate means. And you hire me as a senator. You are also bound by your oath as a senator to use only lawful, honest, and fair means. And now you are recruiting me to be a lawyer for someone whom you said belatedly as an afterthought to have not passed vetting. I trusted him because he has a good track record in presenting witnesses and in fighting corruption and any wrongdoing. But I was disheartened, I was disillusioned, I was disenchanted when he declared on the Senate floor that Bicoy did not pass vetting. That was the last straw. That confirmed to me that Senator Trillanes, Senator De Lima, Father Alejo, and all of them are just exploiting me. Imagine, when he tried to recruit me for Bicoy at the Novotel Hotel, he told me, Attorney, kahit papaano sana, may dagdag tulong sa iyo. In my interview at ENC this morning, I told Christian Esguerra that to me, Senator Trillanes was playing on my financial vulnerabilities. He was taking undue advantage of that vulnerability because he thought that just like my acceptance of Edgar Matubato to be the lawyer of Matubato and Las Cañas, I would have easily accepted Bicoy. But it was a blessing in disguise. You know, because they blundered in asking about the validity and effectivity of my license as a lawyer. If not for that, there would have been a great possibility that I would have accepted to be the lawyer of Bicoy. Because I trusted Senator Trillanes. And he would not have told me that Bicoy is a falsity. Now, in my article in the Mindanao Gold Star Daily in Cagayan de Oro City, I challenged him openly in public to prove the truth of the so-called Totoong Narcolis videos. Why? because he said in his Senate privilege speech that there are two persons who are the source of those lists. So in other words, even if Peter Jomel and Vincula turned around, he was still able to prove the truth of those lists because he mentioned the names of the two persons in the Senate. But up to now, Senator Trillanes has not been able to prove the truth of those lists. In other words, those lists are false. Those lists are for propaganda. Those videos are good only for cinema. Those lists, those videos are pure fiction. They are only meant to destroy the president of this country. While I filed the case in the ICC, that's a legal matter, I will never allow myself to be used, to be exploited, to destroy the president of this country. Why? Because my intention in the ICC was never to destroy President Duterte. My intention in that case was to seek for justice. And what did they do in the Picoy videos? They sought only for political propaganda to besmirch the reputation of the president. Huh? And then, and because of that, the intention also in the ICC is the same. It is for political propaganda. It is not in the interest of justice anymore.
Okay, follow-up question?
Do you have any message, sir, to President Duterte?
You know, in my interview, it was a hard question by Christian Sierra this morning. And he asked me if, in my opinion, the president is guilty or not. It was a hard question for me. Because I am not to say if President Duterte is guilty or not. But I told Sierra, and I will tell you now, that based on what we know about the Picoy scandal, it is, I will repeat it here, that in my view, the president is not guilty. In light of what happened in the Picoy incident. Why? Because the Picoy videos are meant only to destroy the president. And you know that, it was a falsity. And it is very likely that even the video presented by Vice President Robredo in one UN event is also a falsity. It was declared in that video that 7,000 persons died in the war on drugs. But because it's a falsity, it follows that video is also a falsity. Falsus in uno, falsus in omnibus. Falsity in one, falsity in all.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Jude. Next question?
Good morning, this is Donna Maximo from gmanews online. Attorney Sabio, you maintained in your manifestation here na isasabi niyo po sa ICC that you filed a communication as an independent lawyer. And you also indicated here that you have independent and non-partisan stance. Ngayon, sir, setting aside the Picoy and ito pong supposed propaganda ng ilang grupo, can you categorically answer, do you believe na meron pong EJK sa bansa natin? Can you categorically answer that, sir? And second, ano po masasabi niyo dun sa view ng ICC na hindi na po makaka-apekto ang pag-withdraw ng communication sa ongoing preliminary investigation, sir? Do you think worth it pa na pumunta doon para isubmit itong manifestation kung hindi naman po magkakaroon ng dent doon sa ginagawa pong investigation? Thank you, sir.
You know, as a lawyer, I rely on witnesses. Now, if you ask me if there are extrajudicial killings happening in the country, I have no personal knowledge. Hindi naman ako police. Hindi ako lumalabas sa mga daan-daan sa mga kalsada para tumingin kung meron ba mga patay dyan. When I filed that communication, I relied on the testimony of Edgar Matubato and Las Cañas to demonstrate that there was a system of killings in Davao that was expanded later on when President Duterte became president. But with what happened in the Picoy scandal, as I told you, I began to question. I began to raise serious doubts about the contents of that communication. Now, as I said, falsus in uno, falsus in omnibus, it is based on the pattern, it is very likely also that there is a serious doubt about the testimony of Edgar Matubato and Las Cañas. Remember that when I lawyered for Edgar Matubato, he was already finished with his testimony in the Senate. I was hired by Senator Trillanes to be his lawyer to handle his cases in Davao. So I went to Davao, to the Davao region for a long time to handle his cases. That was my only participation, except for the filing of his complaint in the Ombudsman. But that complaint was largely made by the staff of Senator De Lima. That judicial complaint that I submitted with the Ombudsman. Now, insofar as Las Cañas is concerned, when he was testifying in the Senate, ito ang medyo masakit na sa akin because when Las Cañas came out, I was never informed about his coming out. I was only surprised to know that he was making a public confession the following day. I was told by Father Alejo the night before he was to come out. And when I came from the ICC, sometime in June 27, that's the only time that Senator Trillanes told me to work out the asylum of Arturo Las Cañas. But the flag lawyers, sila Arturo Sanidad, stood up as lawyer for Arturo Las Cañas. Now, in response to your second question, my communication is I have a right to withdraw my communication. Whatever happens to it, the fact remains that is my communication. I have the right to withdraw it. Now, it affects the whole case. Why? Because of the propaganda, because it has been betrayed that the intent of this group is just for political propaganda, then the interest of justice in this case is destroyed. In the preliminary examination, the standard of interest of justice is paramount. All things being satisfied, all standards being satisfied, the situation must be shown to satisfy the interest of justice. How can you satisfy the interest of justice if your interest is politics? If your interest is propaganda? In other words, what I'm implying is that case should not continue for investigation. At the preliminary examination stage, that case should be thrown out into the garbage can.
Follow-up lang, sir. As an independent lawyer po ulit, ang tanong ko naman po, may plano pa po ba kayo to actively pursue justice for the alleged EJ case? Kung gano'n, hahanap po ba kayo ng mga bagong witnesses kung kakailangan ninyo? At hahanap po ba kayo ng ibang venues or kaparaanan para po kung saan niyo pwedeng i-lodge ito other than ICC? May ganun po bang plans ngayon, sir?
Alam mo, in my long time work practice for 25 years, trabaho ko itong maghanap ng justisya. Pero wala na akong balak sa kaso na yan kung ang nandyan pa rin itong sila Trillanes at saka yung opposition na yan. Wala na akong balak dyan because ang ginagawa nila nakakasira lang sa kaso na yan.
Okay, next question.
Hello po, ayan. Ang galing po from Radyo Pilipinas. Kay Atty. Jude Sabio pa rin po. Pwede po bang pa-elaborate lang po ng kaunti ko yung dun sa involvement po ni Senator David De Lima dun sa ombudsman complaint ni Matubato po. Tapos, yung second question po is, since meron na pong sedition case versus nga po dito sa mga people behind the yung paninira po sa Duterte government, will you be willing po to participate or be a witness din po dun sa kaso na yun, if ever po hilingin po yung participation ninyo?
Itong si Senator De Lima was instrumental in the filing of the judicial affidavit with the Ombudsman on December 9, 2016. I was the lawyer who personally presented that judicial affidavit with the Ombudsman. Senator De Lima entrusted to me the draft of the judicial complaint affidavit sometime in, I think it was in October, after I was brought by Father Alejo to the Green Hills Church, Lasal Green Hills church where a mass was held for Senator De Lima. That was the first and only time that I was able to talk to Senator De Lima. After that, she was already detained sometime in February 2017. Now, with regard to your next question about the sedition, I already stated in public that if a subpoena will be issued to me, then I will be forced to testify in the interest of truth. And I will testify on the fact that Senator Trillanes recruited me to be a lawyer for something that is a falsity. And even in the Department of Justice, anyway, in the Department of Justice, I already stated in my counter affidavit in the kidnapping case, no, I already stated under oath about the facts surrounding the recruitment by Senator Trillanes to be the lawyer for Vico. It is already under oath in my counter affidavit in the kidnapping case. And it's up to the PNP CIDG and it's up to the DOJ on how they will be able to use my statement under oath in that separate but related case.
Okay. Other question? Final question? Direct Mo, are you asking a question? Other questions? So if there are no more questions, we'll be asking our guests to give their closing remarks. Attorney May, closing remarks. Maximum of 20 minutes.
Just as the Takal volcano lull, we are not yet over the hook. It can explode again anytime. There is this other volcano, a constitutional volcano which can explode anytime. It is normal, it is there. President Duterte can do what Putin did just a few days ago. He can recognize, he can honor our own history as is what is, without revising anything. No revision is needed. You just have to read the 1935 Constitution to prove that there was no repeal. Just by honoring history, recognizing our own historical honor, we have a new constitution. It is alive and kicking. The president can use it to establish an entirely new government. He can appoint Jude Sabio, Gadon, Vitangcol, do it. He has that free hand to do it. He doesn't have to deal with filibusters in the 24-seat Senate, which is blocking whatever move he makes for meaningful reforms. He just has to honor our own ancestors.
Attorney Jude. Closing remarks for 2 minutes.
Alam niyo kung pinanapasok ko talaga magulo. No? Kasi nagsimula ito nung naniwala ko kay Cotabato. Kaya napunta ako dyan sa ICC na yan. Magulo ang napasukan ko kasi siguro naguguluhan ng mga tao. Bakit ngayon parang withdraw ko na yung kaso sa ICC. Now, ito'y paliwanag ko na ako gumagalaw lang ayon sa interest ng justisya. Hindi ako pumapanig kahit kanino. Nakita niyo naman, kahit binabaw ko yung kaso na yan, pero hindi ibig sabihin na bulag ako na sumusunod dyan sa mga LP-led opposition. Hindi ko rin sinasabi na ang pinapanigan ko lang ay katotohanan at justisya. Kung ang katotohanan at justisya man ay pumapanig sa kay Pangulong Duterte, sa English yan ay so be it. Maraming salamat po.
Great, thank you so much. Attorney Jude Sabio. Attorney Gadon.
Dito natin makikita na itong mga opposition, kagaya nila ex-Senator Trillanes, si Laila de Lima, itong mga pare na kagaya ni Father Alejo, at yung iba-iba pang mga posibilidad na nakadawit doon sa kaso ng inciting to sedition, makikita mo yung talagang meron talaga silang grand design to destroy the reputation of President Duterte. Dahil ang gusto nila mangyari, ayon nga doon sa sinabi ni Bicoy, ni Peter at Vincula, na meron sila noong Oplan, Sodoma, na ang pangunayunin ay pabagsakin si President Duterte upang mag-take over si Mrs. Rene Robredo. Yun lang.
Great, salamat. Attorney Gadon.
Congressman Fidel Nograles.
On the matter of the evacuation and repatriation of OFWs, Congress should re-examine the National Reintegration Center for OFWs and allocate a bigger budget to strengthen and modernize this agency so we can give more concern for the reintegration of our OFWs here in our country.
Okay, so the news and nuances kapihan at almasalan NANKA Media Forum. We would like to thank again our major sponsor, Philippine Amusement Lane Corporation, NANKA Japanese Asian Restaurant, and of course, all our media friends and partners who continuously attend our Friday session. So, magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat, magandang araw na rin lahat. Hanggang sa susunod na Biyernes, ito po si Atty. Vitangcol. Papasalamat sa inyo sa NANKA Media Forum. Maraming salamat.